Welcome to A Course in Miracles. We're reading in the text, chapter 17, Forgiveness and the Holy Relationship. We are in section 4, the two pictures. Paragraph 1. God established his relationship with you to make you happy. And nothing you do that does not share his purpose can be real. Let's pause here and say, this is a really interesting concept, and it's really fundamental to the Course, that only what God wills is real. Thank goodness. Your delusional ego cannot create reality. It can create perception, but it cannot create reality. The purpose God ascribed to anything is its only function. I'll pause and say its only true function. Now you can give it a function in perception only using your ego, but it won't be the truth. It'll be a delusion and a distortion. Because of his reason for creating his relationship with you, the function of relationships became forever to make happy. And nothing else. To make happy and nothing else. To fulfill this function, you relate to your creations as God to his. For nothing God created is apart from happiness. I'm going to read that again. Nothing God created is apart from happiness. I'm going to pause there and say, so we know this old school imaginary version of God that's angry and vindictive isn't real. That is an ego-made construct, because nothing God created is apart from happiness. And nothing God created but would extend happiness as its creator did. Whatever does not fulfill this function cannot be real. That's really beautiful. Let's talk about this. Whatever does not fulfill this function cannot be real. A Course in Miracles sometimes uses the analogy of a nightmare, where you might think something horrible happened, but then you wake up and realize it didn't. Thank goodness it wasn't real. But even in this waking dream, aka life on earth, earth school, only love is real. Perceptually, we can have a false understanding, and we can act on that false understanding. If we believe a lie, we might do what the lie tells us to, but it doesn't make the lie true. Nothing God created is apart from happiness, and nothing God created but would extend happiness as its creator did. Whatever does not fulfill this function cannot be real. Such an interesting concept. And of course the ego is going to reject that. Because basically it's saying, if it's not making you happy, it's not real. If something is not making you happy, a relationship, a person, place, a thing, an experience, is not making you happy, then you have been caught up in some type of egoic distortion. And when we go into judgment of, look, that person is caught up in an egoic distortion and they're acting like their nightmare is real, then we get drawn into that distortion field as well. And that's why we're taught that the easy way out is to look with compassion at someone who is lost in a nightmare instead of joining them in the nightmare. To look past the nightmare at their true self. And as we do that, it can sometimes awaken the other person, because you're not mirroring back their ugliness, you're mirroring back their beauty. And as they look into that beautiful, redeeming mirror that you were holding up for them, they sometimes can wake up and go, oh, wow, I thought I was this hideous, horrible person. I thought I was a murderer. I thought I was a liar. I thought I was an abuser. Oh my goodness, thank you for waking me up. And we're told that when we're able to wake someone up, simply by looking past their delusion, looking past their nightmare, and looking at their beauty instead, that there is nothing more beautiful that we could ever experience. It's a lovely thought. Let's do it. Let's do more of that. On a practical level, the Spirit will direct you and guide you. There have been times in my life where I really wanted to mirror beauty to someone who appeared to be very lost in a nightmare, but Spirit asked me to step back and comforted me that someone else would fulfill that function. It wasn't for me to do. Perhaps I didn't have the strength to do it. Perhaps I wasn't equipped to do it. Perhaps it wasn't going to be safe for me emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Or the timing just wasn't right. I'm just adding that because I know people who study A Course in Miracles and watch these videos tend to be very empathic, very loving. You're not asked to put yourself in any type of harm. And you can look past someone's lies and delusions from a safe distance. In truth, you are indomitable. You are perfect, whole, and complete. No one can harm you. That's the truth. And in this perceptual, dualistic reality, it's inevitable that we're sometimes going to feel hurt. And sometimes when we are attempting to rescue or save someone by fixing, forcing, changing, or controlling, we're actually deepening the nightmare and driving them further into the darkness. So that's not how we help people. We don't help people by fixing them. We help simply by loving them and looking past their delusions at the truth of who they are without judgment. Sometimes up close and personal, and sometimes from a safe distance. Thanks for being here. I love you.